welcome back to my channel. My name is 𝐏𝐫𝐤𝐸 Kenzie. If you're new here, if you're not, thank you once again for being here. The other day I thought it would be a great idea for me to count my physical TBR. It was not, it really wasn't, because somehow I thought I would have like maybe 30-20 books on my physical TBR. It was not, like, it wasn't, it was 87. You know, some of them I'm just like, I'm never gonna read it, so I'm like okay, like 81 to make myself feel better. However, the whole week I was thinking about it, I'm just like, I really hate how this is just so much, and too much, honestly, if I'm being honest. And so I put myself on a book buying binge for 3 months, and then I'm challenging myself to finish 50 books, maybe more, in 3 months. So when December comes around, I could go to bars, I could go to all of the bookstore and buy festive holiday books, and I won't feel bad about it because I won't have 80 books plus on my physical TBR for me to read. So yeah, this is all I'm doing this week. This week I am attacking my physical TBR. I already started this book. This is my first book by 𝐤𝐸𝐸 and I'm loving it so much. Like, this is so adorable and cute. Like, I am so happy that I started with this book from her, because I have Love Hypothesis by her. I have like Love in the Brain, I think, and I have something else, but this one was like her newest release, and I wanted to read this one because everyone on TikTok were saying like this is her best yet, and I was just like, well, why not start with the newest and the bestest? So I started with this, and I am currently in chapter 21. Yeah, this book, Left Theoretically, it's about this guy named Jack Smith and about this girl named Elsie. I honestly don't think I relate to a character more than I relate to Elsie. I relate to this girl so much. She is, as much as I hate to say that, she is a people pleaser, and I feel like sometimes, like, human beings sometimes just tend to be a little bit like a people pleaser. Like, you meet someone, you just like kind of like mold and shape yourself to be what you think the person will like. See, one of, like, she's notorious to be a people pleaser. She'll just sit there and literally, like, she'll meet someone and basically mold and shape herself to who she thinks this person will like, and she does that with everybody in her life, her best friend, everyone that she think, oh, this is what you like, I will become that person for you. And obviously that's not good. You have to be yourself. Elsie, she is a experimental physicist. However, by day she is basically like an adjunct professor at like those different university. She hates that job. She's not making a lot of money as an adjunct, like, professor. She really hates it. And like, as a preschool teacher, not a professor in college, but like as a preschool teacher, I understand. Like, I really understand. You don't get paid enough, but she's not making that money, and she also has like type 1 diabetes, so she needs money to take care of herself by medicine. I relate to her so much. I love her character. She went to one of those apps to basically to fake date people. So she started to fake date this guy named Greg, and she meets his family, and she introduced herself as a librarian. One day she meets Jack Smith, and to Elsie, Jack, he's a very arrogant, annoying, attractive, but annoyingly hatred, why is he here, older brother. She thinks that Jack hits her. He doesn't hit her, but in her head she thinks that Jack hits her. One day Elsie has this interview at MIT. She goes to the interview, kills the interview, and the interviewer is just like, I love you, I will want to hire you, but like, you should probably know there is another person. The other person is a experimental physicist, and the person in the hiring community is a experimental physicist. I feel like I'm making this difficult, but yeah, she goes to meet everybody, and the interview is just like, oh yeah, he's Jonathan something Smith. She turns around and it's Jack Smith, who hates her and who she also hates. And he's just like, what are you doing here? And she's like, oh my god, what are you doing here? You're a gym teacher. And he's just looking at her like, you a librarian, what's going on? And he like automatically think like she was lying to his brother, which I thought was really cute. Like, he's very protective and loving to his brother, and I was like, that's really cool, because the whole family was not. But yeah, I really like it so far. Like, the banter, the chemistry, the cutesiness, I love so much. I have so many cute little like notes, like quotes that I love and that just highlights. The goal is for me to finish this and then for me to read another book today and also finish that book today. Are we gonna be able to do it? I don't know, but I'm hoping and praying that I can. And life will be great because we have 50 books that we have to read before December. So yeah. Cute, smiling so hard. Like I'm so in love with this. The way this makes me feel, I'm in love. My cheek is hurting because I've been smiling the whole time. It's so good. Jack was so thoughtful when it comes to Elsie. The way he just took care of her and make sure she eating, because she has type 1 diabetes. He just always make sure she was okay. He always make sure that she was eating. Like I love that whole thing. Chapter 21, the beginning, that make me smile so hard. It just make me smile because I'm just like, why is he always seems like he's reading our thoughts? And I love it. He takes care of her. He makes sure that she was okay. He just always had her back, and I just love that. Elsie, the fact that literally Elsie tries everything not to find this man, not to fall for this man, but couldn't help it because he was just too amazing, just perfect. Tonight I was smiling the whole time. But yeah, she couldn't help it. She tried literally everything not to fall for this man. End up falling even harder. This one song by Ariana Grande is POV. You must have 20/20 vision. I feel like this guy 20/20 vision because the way he just saw right through her. There's not a thing that I don't like about this book, and I'm glad that this was my first book by 𝐤𝐤𝐲 because I really enjoy it. Now I get ready to read her other books, but yeah, we are done with this one, which means we can start a new book. I was going to just stay in the nice little contemporary romance. I was just gonna stay there. However, I think I'm gonna go like low-key dark romance. Book was one of my pick for August, and I didn't read any of the book that I picked to read for August. Didn't read any of them. However, I want to end I want to end August on the right note. Like I actually want to read at least one of the book that I picked to read in August. So I'm picking Scar. I was gonna go for One for My Enemy. However, I'm just like, let's just end it with this one, and I'm gonna read One for My Enemy, and then I desperately want to read Instruction for Dancing because I had this for a while and it's quite small, and I'm just like, I'll be busy at the end of the week, so this might be like a one-day read for me. But yeah, this is what I want to read next. Scar is the second one of the Never After series. The whole Never After series is essentially dark fairy tale reimagining of a classic fairy tale. Like the first one, Hooked, was basically a reimagining of Peter Pan, and we were rooting for Hooked. Yeah, we were rooting for Hooked, and I never thought I would say that. But this one is a reimagining of The Lion King and Scarred. So we basically are rooting and going to fall in love with Scar. Prince Tristan Fasa was never destined for the throne. That was always his brother Michael, the same brother responsible for both Tristan's tormented childhood and the scar that marked his face. When the father dies, Michael is set to assume the throne, and Tristan is set to steal it. The leader of a secret rebellion, Tristan will stop at nothing to aid his brother. That sounds good. Honestly, that sounds good. I'm not going to read it all because I don't like reading all of the synopsis, because then I feel like some synopsis ruin the thing for you. Let's start Scar by Emily McIntyre. There's something weird that happens when you read from your Kindle, because for some odd reason I feel like I'm reading faster than usual. Like, I wouldn't say I'm a slow reader, but then I also wouldn't say I'm a fast reader. I feel like it all depends on the book that I'm reading, but I feel like I am a fast reader once I pick up my Kindle and I start reading it. And they have Scar, the whole like Never After series is on Kindle, and I started reading Scar on my Kindle, and I'm flying through it, and I feel like it's the story but also the Kindle. the Kindle. Just like there's this little thing in the bottom that tells you the percentage that you in. Like the moment you see that, you're like, oh, I'm in 20%. I want to get to 30%, and then I want to get to 40%. And then in one day, you just want to get to 100%. So you just keep going reading on this little Kindle. Honestly, the best gift that my husband gave me. On the back, I am intrigued. I love it. I am already smiling every time that is Tristan POV. Right from the bat, we have two brothers, Michael and Tristan. Michael and Tristan do not get along. Tristan is basically like the outcast of the family. Like from the beginning, you can tell that him and the family do not get along. He's literally the outcast. He doesn't get along with his mother. He doesn't get along with Michael. He hates Michael. Michael hates him. Literally the whole reason he has a whole scar on his face was because of Michael. But we haven't found out how he got the scar. But we know it was because of Michael, because the synopsis told us so. But yeah, Tristan basically doesn't think that Michael is the right person to be king. He also thinks that Michael is the reason that their father died. He's very, 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 very sensitive about that, because the whole family, him and his father, was like close. His father really cared for him. It's like he feels like his father was like the only person that cares for him, that loved him. And now that he died, he feels alone. He's alone. There's like literally no one else in the palace that he gets along with. Literally no one. So it's just a little bit sad and a little bit like, you know, unfortunate for our little villain like Tristan. And so he wants to just unalive Michael and take the crown, and he thinks that the crown is actually, it's supposed to be his, honestly. So he thinks no one and nothing will stand in his way. Going to unalive Michael and get that crown, you know, that is his plan. No one and nothing will stand in his way. Enter Sarabi. So the King Michael needs a queen, and enter Sarabi. Sarabi has her own little agenda that I am shocked and yeah, very pleased to, like, very happy and like thrilled to see how this unfold, honestly. But yeah, so under Sarabi is the daughter of a duke. Like the part of her like kingdom, like when she comes from, is really poor. They live in poverty. So yeah, she goes to marry the king, and for years, so her and her uncle has basically been serving the whole Fasa family. And now that the king needs a queen, she is going to marry him and to take revenge for the family and her people, to basically unalive the king for her father, because the Fasa family actually unalived her father. Michael portrayed himself to be such a good person, a good king, but honestly, every single time I read Tristan POV, I'm like, I hate this man so much. I hate this man. He's literally an awful person and an awful brother, and I can't wait to see him being unalived by Tristan or Sarah, because they both have the same motive. So someone has to do it. Like I just cannot wait, honestly. But yeah, the banter, honestly, the chemistry, the dialogue between Tristan and Sarah right now is literally so freaking insane and amazing, because like they're not together yet, and I'm already like having little butterfly every time they talk. He calls her my little doe, and every time this man says it, I'm just like I'm falling. And like he also called her my like mon petit menteuse, which basically means my little liar in French. And I don't know, just like sometimes in books, nicknaming books just itch a part of my brain. Imagine being called my petit menteuse. Like you essentially, they calling you a liar, but in Tristan's voice. I'll be okay with it, honestly. But yeah, I'm enjoying this so much. So honestly, just the banter, the dialogue, like it's so cute. Like there's this thing where he tells her, why am I always fighting you in places you shouldn't be? Why? And then she's like, are you following me? He's like, do you want me to? And I'm just like, stop right now. Stop, because what are you doing to me? Like stop, immediately stop. Because when he said that, I was like, okay, please follow me. It's okay. I want to be followed. It's fine. But yeah, I'm enjoying this so far. However, I've been in the house all day, and it's beginning to be a little bit concerning. So I think I'm gonna go to the park and just finish it, because I've been in the house too long. So yeah, we're gonna go to the park. We're gonna go with the physical book this time. The physical book. And then we're going to see if we can finish it later today. But yeah, let's go to the park and we'll have a good time. Am I going to get out of the car? No, because it's also hot. We live in Florida. We're not getting out of the car. But nature will make us feel better about ourselves. Let's go. Oh my god, my hair was a mess. A mess, I tell you. Oh my god. Oh, what's going on right now? I cannot see. He goes, I should kill you for making me feel this way. So kill me then. She whispers, come on. Give her a note. He gave her a note that says, meet me where you kiss the stars. Fold. I am folded. Oh my goodness, why is this so perfect? Doesn't meet him, and she says, technically there are no stars out tonight for me to kiss. I smile at her voice. Maybe they're waiting for you to arrive. I'm waiting for that big moment. I am waiting for that big moment. I'm home. I'm done. This was so freaking cute. So I loved it. The ending was so cute. Something cute happened. I didn't know what's going to happen. It was really unexpected. So when I saw that, I was just like, I did not know that. I didn't know this was going to be a thing, but this is cute. I can see now. This is really wonderful. Like, you think everything that he was doing was for his glory. I mean, yeah, like technically, yeah. But something happened that made me fall in love with this thing even more. I knew I would love it. I just didn't know that I would love it like this much. It's just something about Tristan, the way he spoke, the way he just the way that he had her just falling in love with him, and the way I was just right there like, okay, yeah, I guess. I was blushing. It was a whole butterfly effect on my stomach. I'm in love. But yeah, six stars, honestly. Infinity, trillion, zillion, gazillion star. I loved it so much that I came home. I want to read the third one of the series. Like, this was not in my TBR to read in this video, but because I love this so much, I'm just like, well, you know, I can't wait. This is a reimagining of the Wizard of Oz, I think, right? Yes. This is about Evangelina, who has always been the bad guy and the brain behind her family drug empire. So she's her father ruthlessly orphans after a one-night stand with a gorgeous man at a nightclub. She goes back into her criminal ways. That is until the same man shows up at the Westerly Lackeys under a different name. That sounds good. That sounds really good. That sounds interesting. Oh my god, this is going to be good. But Nicholas, he's a secret agent. Oh my god, he's a secret agent who has been sent to be her downfall. I don't need to read the other book. I'm going to read this one, and it's going to be wonderful. I just know it. I'm so excited. So I'm not going to sleep tonight. I'm not going to sleep tonight. I'm not. I can tell already. With this, and I did not like this at all, and I thought that I was going to love it. Like, I thought when I picked it up and I read the back, I was just like, oh, this is going to be a 5 out of 5. Like, Scar was a 5 out of 5, so I was expecting this to be a 5 out of 5. Like, Hooked was like a 5 out of 5 for me. Scar was just 6, you know, 6 out of 5. Infinity. And then so I picked this one up expecting to love it, especially after I read the synopsis. I was like, oh, she's a badass. It's going to be good. I didn't like it. Oh, I didn't like it. I don't even know like what I want to rate it. The characters in this book, especially the girl, she says the most cringiest thing that she would say will just make you stare at the page like, why would you say that? The chemistry between her and Nicholas was missing. I didn't feel the chemistry. The chemistry between her and Nicholas was like invisible. The whole time I was reading like, I want to believe that you actually like this girl, and I want to believe that you actually like this boy, but I don't believe it. So it's days later and I realized that I didn't actually finish. Like, I didn't say anything about this book. I just started it and then I ended it with me crying. This broke me. I'm still broken and it's literally days later. I don't know like how to put into words how I felt reading that book. But essentially this is about this girl named Avery Thomas. She doesn't believe in love anymore. She used to be a book lover. She used to just be in love with romance and books and everything. But she stopped believing in love and stopped reading because her parents got divorced. So one day she just picked up all of her books to donate it to the library, gets to the library and realized that the library is closed. So she goes to the park and out of thin air, there was this lady. She meets this old lady and this lady gave her a book, something happened. And essentially what ended up happening is that she basically got like a gift or a curse, like she called it, but I call it a gift, but a curse to basically see when someone kiss, like a couple kiss in front of her, she sees the beginning of that person relationship and the end of that person, like of the couple relationship. And I feel like I'm not doing it justice to explain it, but it's called Instruction to Dancing. Honestly, if you want a beautiful, romantic, heartbreaking, but like you want to hold on to the story, this is the perfect book for you. Honestly, I love it so much. I try not to put any tab on it because I want people to feel the pain that I feel. So I want my sister to read it, my friend to read it, my husband to read it, so they could understand the pain I felt reading this. It was so good. It was like one of my best. It was definitely going into like my favorite read this year. I loved it. It was amazing. Like, this is the same author that wrote The Sun Is Always So a Star, and that was good. That wrote that, and I think like between The Sun Is Always So a Star and everything, this is my favorite by her. Like, when I tell you my soul was literally in pain, I was literally in pain. As I'm editing this, I had a whole 20 minutes of me crying reading this book. So that should tell you a lot. But yeah, this is where I'm gonna end this reading vlog. I had so much fun this whole week reading everything that I wanted to read, and I already started another one, My Week with Him, and I am in chapter 12, I think. I'm in page 140. So yeah, this is good. But yeah, this is where I'm starting this. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you next time.